Hi friends, welcome back. I'm JJ here at Budget by JJ. I'm a millennial cash stuffer based out of New York City, and I'm on the road to financial freedom. I hope everyone's been having a wonderful November so far. We are cash stuffing the second paycheck for November here, and I have so much to talk about, so let's go ahead and just get started. Starting with the hundreds, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Next, we have the 50s. We have 50, 150, 200, 250. Next, we have the 20s. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 100, 2, 4, 6, 180. Then we have the 10s. We have 10, 20, 30. We have the 5s. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And last, we have the 1s. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the total we cashed up today is $1,610. So this is the budget that we're working with today. Apologies if that first part is a little crooked. I am not trying to rush, but I kind of am under a time crunch because I have an event at 4 o'clock and it's almost 2:30 right now. So I'm always doing this to myself. But anyway, we're going to start with the rent, and it's going to be $456. So that's 1, 2, 3, 400, 150, a 5, and a 6. So now in total for the rent, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800, 850, 900, 910, 915, 916, $916. So this is my half of the rent for December. My goodness. Y'all, I don't know what we're going to do. The year's flying by. Now we're going to get into the utilities. So we're going to go ahead and cash up $29 for the electric. So that's going to be a 20. It's going to be a 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 for 29. Then we're going to cash up another $50 for the internet. And then we're going to cash up the gas, and that's going to be $26 today. 20, 5, and 6. For the electric, we have 20, 40, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, $58 for the electric. I have 50 and 100 going to the internet. And then we have the 26 for the gas. These bills are typically due towards the end of the month, so they're not due right away, but a couple weeks. And the gas I think is due the first part of December. So we're gonna get this taken care of. Now we're gonna go into the personal. We're gonna cash up $260 for the personal. 100, 200, 220, 240, 250, 260. And per usual, we're actually going to cash up half of that and put the rest in the bank. This is my spending money. Usually I get food with this or whatever else I need. So we're cash upping $130, but I'm putting $130 in the bank. And next, we're going to cash up for the Klarna. This is going to be the second half of what's owed for the second payment. So it's going to be $154. That 100, a 50, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now in total for the Klarna, we have 100, 200, 250, 300, 305, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, $313. And I have my little tracker here. So this is the second half of the second payment, and I'm going to fill in this square here. We are ahead, so I just got to take this to the bank. My goal is trying to pay this off early so that I don't have to pay any interest on it. There was some interest embedded in it, but I think if I pay it off sooner that they're going to reimburse me some of that interest. This Klarna payment is going towards the Christmas present that I got from my mom, which was a 3-night stay in New York City for when she comes visits in a couple weeks now, which is really exciting. And my former sister-in-law will be joining her, and because of how things are so expensive, that she asked if she could share the room with my mother, and of course offered to pay a portion of this hotel stay. And I was so grateful for that, because once I get that money, I'll be able to apply it to this, and then we'll be able to pay this off sooner. But there's a lot of asterisk attached to that, because I might take half of that money and put it towards something else, at least one payment towards this debt. Speaking of debt, we're going to go ahead and tackle some of the debt right now. My debts are really starting to pile up at this time of the year. Things are catching up to me. My events for all of October have come to a close. Getting ready for Christmas season, and that weekend when my mom's going to be here is going to be something else. So thankfully, my partner does not want for things, and I have plenty. I don't really need anything. So the goal is just to try to pay some of this debt off, as well as be realistic with how we're paying the debt off. So there's just going to be a bunch of minimum payments going on this time around. So the first minimum payment, we're going to make $25 minimum payment towards the Capital One of the account 1967. So we have 20 and a 5. Y'all, it's very frustrating having to go back to dip into, especially these low amount credit cards. At least they're low amount. You're not spending thousands of dollars. But we've celebrated me paying off these cards, right? And then now they're free and available to me use again in the case of emergency, which is not an emergency, it's just poor planning. But, it is what it is. So we have the minimum payment going towards this Capital One card. Now we have another minimum payment of $42 going to the Credit One for the card 7230. So 20, 40, 1, and 2. Y'all, and you just keep going, don't let it disappoint you too much, because that's life. There's so many bigger things going on in the world right now that, handling what you can handle. There are people that don't even have jobs right now. They're in between work during this rough time of the year. I mean, thousands upon thousands of people have been laid off during all these tech businesses. So I feel for them. But, if you have an emergency fund set up, it can get you just by enough. But we're living in an economy where one income just does not do it these days. So I can't imagine what other people are going through. So when it really comes to this debt payment off right now, we all need to give ourselves a little grace and not beat up on ourselves so harshly, because we are all going through it. Next, we have another minimum payment towards the other Credit One ending in 6195 for $54. So we have a 50, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It is a blessing just to be able to pay on your debt at this point. So that's where we are now. Okay, so I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I did get approved for another card and I took advantage of it because why not? And it's Ally, and thankfully Ally was there for me when my friend came visit, because otherwise we didn't know how we were going to eat. When you travel places, if it's a touristy place, things are not cheap at all. So anyway, I'm going to put $50 towards the Ally. It's never a bad idea to start paying early before they start asking for their money back. So I just made a little quick envelope for it. And then the big elephant in the room right now is this state tax that I'm paying back. Y'all, I had gotten a letter in the mail or an email indicating that I owe state income tax. And I'm like, what the H? Didn't we just go through the saga during tax season? I thought I was good. I thought everything was taken care of. But they said I'm not accounting for the exemptions or whatnot, and my numbers were incorrect. I've never been a financially savvy person. California, they do things differently with their tax setup. You put in your number, you're done. It's not complicated. Here, there's a separate form you have to submit. And, my HR representative is based out of California, so she's not going to be privy to all the different laws, because the firm itself has employees throughout the country with different state laws and whatnot. And I can understand how things can fall through the cracks. So it's incumbent upon me to submit my documentation correctly or adjust as needed. So I did the adjustment, and actually why the budget is lower this time around, because I accounted for a demotion of $150 from my normal budget, because I did put that in for the state income tax, possibly federal, I don't know. But it's so silly to say, I don't know, get your life together. But anyway, I accounted for that, and there was a big, I owed over $1,500, an interest and a fee attached to it. And I was like, what is happening here? If you notice, I did not cash stuff for the savings, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I took what I had that was going to go somewhere else, and I just threw $700 at it. So now I'm throwing another $300 at it. So I'm just trying to get that paid off as soon as possible. So that's what I meant when, even though my sister-in-law is offering me money for the hotel room, that part of that is actually going to go towards the state income tax as well. So, you know, if you're not paying attention, people, start looking at your stuff. Make sure you're not overpaying, make sure you're not underpaying, because you don't want to be hit with a surprise penalty or a surprise anything. And I was so shocked and like, what in the world? Like, I don't mind paying taxes. Like, things need to function. But it's like, I thought I had it figured out, but apparently I didn't. And the state is really not going to like drum up anything false. You know, I did do the paper trail and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this does check out. Dang it. I got all my information incorrect, and that's kind of like why it's good to like meet with the CPA or tax professionals so you can kind of get an understanding of what's going on. So you best believe next tax season, I will be meeting with somebody. All that to say is we are cash stuffing $300 for the state taxes today. It's 100, 200, 300. Sad day, sad day. And I just drummed up this little envelope for taxes. So if you're all wondering like why I don't do cash condensings, you have to have cash to do that. The way I budget is I budget for like my immediate needs and how it's getting all dulled out. And then I really just take it immediately to the bank to deposit because I like to use my card. I don't like to carry around a lot of cash on me, you know, so like even if I have cash stuffed, I like to separate it so that it just eliminates the temptation for me. That's really how I'm utilizing cash stuffing, is to eliminate temptation to overspending. So my consumer debt is all intentional. Like I know what I'm doing with it. It's not like on a whim. So anyhow, that's why like you always see like the budget sheet here. I don't do budget with me's. In 2026, you will expect a different setup. I will have a video coming out towards the end of the year. I know a lot of people right now are doing their new budget setups for 2026. I've never made it this far in my budgeting journey, in this cash planning journey at all. So I'm really proud of myself that I'm even here. Expect other good things to come. I dole it out, I categorize it, and then it goes right back to the bank so it can be utilized and these things can be paid off immediately. So there's not money just sitting in these envelopes for days and days on end. Those are the great videos, those cash condensings, those bill swaps. You know, like those people are really doing it to it. They're hustling hard to build their income, and more power to them. But like mine is more based off of a paycheck by paycheck situation. It really wouldn't be that way if I had more self-control. If I wasn't, you know, dazzled by shiny things. But that's where we are right now. So after all the budgeting, I did find out I had like $64 left over. And so I just decided to throw it at the Quicksilver because that actually had a large balance on it. So we're going to cash up $64 going to the Quicksilver account. So initially I thought I had this remainder of $64. I don't know where it went. So you know what? It's not really a high priority now. It was just a nice idea to see if I can make an extra payment on this card, but I cannot find it. So I'm gonna put a question mark here. Let's continue on. We are only cash stuffing $100 going to Christmas. This is part of the deposit that you pay onto the hotel room. You know, they have a withholding, and then like, you know, after you haven't trashed everything, they return it to you. So we're cash stuffing $100. So we have the 100, 150, 200. So this is fully funded for the stay. It doesn't include the daily fees, so I'm gonna have to look that up and we'll plan for that. But you know, it shouldn't be bad. I will be able to take care of it in the next cash stuffing for sure, or beforehand. I don't know. We'll make it work. But you can see the tragedy here was I had to take out that $500 I had saved for medical. It was so sad because, you know, I worked really hard to try to like help my partner out, pay off that debt. So we had a good conversation, heart to heart, about what our plans are going forward because we are nervous. My partner is from Colombia, and, you know, immigration has not been kind to people. And we just wanted to make sure that we can get ourselves in a position to where if we need to leave for whatever reason, we're set up to do that. But I will talk about that more later on the year. I'm gonna go ahead and get down or negative about this, but you know, because with good planning, you know, all things are possible. I do project that I will be getting my yearly bonus in the new year, so I'll have some of that money to go towards that. So, you know, not all is lost. We'll get back on this soon enough. And I just wanted to show you real quick that there's nothing in savings because I had to tap into this as well to go towards that $700 that I made for the taxes. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Y'all, I live in New York City, so I'm very excited to see the Thanksgiving Macy's Day Parade. Not in person, because that's a madhouse. That's crazy talk. But you just to get into the relaxation. I have the day off in preparation to see Stranger Things Season 5. Part 1 comes out the day before Thanksgiving. It's just so many good things to look forward to. So I hope y'all are staying safe and that you're spending great time with your loved ones and you keep the important things forward and focused and centered so that you can create positive change going forward. I'm so grateful for all of you. Thank you so much to all my new subscribers. Your motivation, your support definitely helps, when there are times when you're just like, I don't want to film. But, we're all keeping each other accountable, and that's what's great about this community. Thank you all again so much for being here, and I will see you in the next cash stuffing for December. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.